Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of this season of KingsGuard. It's been last episode was quite lore heavy, quite exciting. So I look forward to where we go from here. What's going on with the Roll20 map there? All right. All right. Well, hello. I am going to be your GM for today. I am Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. But let's go ahead and get to the most important part of any story, and that is the players that help tell it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. Oh boy. We're going to start with AJ. So go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm going to be playing Eugene, the King of Gloria. I now know that I am the king, for it's been known for at least 24 hours. Uh, still feels weird. I am not wearing the beard and the wig today because it is humid as fuck in my room. So if I were to put the glue on, it would just be falling off my face, and no one wants to see that. Uh, so yeah.
All right. And next we have Anita. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Anita, and I forgot to add a microphone input to this scene, apparently. That's the reason why you couldn't hear me before. So yeah, I'm Anita. I run this channel, and you can find me here. And I play Yana Stein on this stream.
Awesome. Moving right along, we've got D. Tell us little bit about yourself, D.
Good evening, creatures from the shadows. My name is Devel, and today I'll be playing Deizuko.
Okay. And next we have Darby.
Hey, what's up? I'm Darby. I'm here playing Arabella Chestnut. Yes, I think that's everything.
Okay. And I almost called you Shosho. I'm sorry. Harper, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Harper. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm playing Shosha Sisteruis, whose pronouns are she, her.
All right. So that is the party, and this is the story. When we last left off, our KingsGuard and the king were en route to the Vale, where they will begin their mission of extending a hand to all of the sleeping creatures of magic, starting with the Fae. On the ship, they were accompanied by a member of a secret order of scholars, who they would later discover was actually Owen, but not the Owen that they know. He was the Owen of a different timeline. From there, we discovered that our players, our KingsGuard, are actually pieces of a greater game, trying to win a situation that has thus far been relatively unwinnable. While our players don't know this, while our characters don't know this, our players are very well aware of this fact. There was much yelling after our last episode. But we find ourselves still on the harsh verdict, setting sail towards the Vale, and that's where we're going to pick back up. The Owen that they became friends with has all but vanished. There's been no traces left of his presence. Our party has fought each other and examined each other's strengths. And Shosha and a day had a pretty meaningful heart-to-heart in the realm of dreams. We pick back up on the deck of the ship with our KingsGuard. Tell me, what are you doing?
Well, I suppose there's no real way for us to make the hush verdict go any faster to the veil, so I guess we just take the new information and remain on guard for Owen or whichever. Right?
How are we certain that... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
How are we certain that Owen doesn't now know exactly where we are?
I don't think it matters. I believe we've learned that Owen is keeping us alive because we haven't done the thing he needs us to do yet. So, but there's nothing for us to do except
Continue on.
exactly
Well,
that.
if by trying to find out more about him, we clue him into our location, I'd say that we leave him be for a while and focus on our current objective. If he chooses to make himself known, we can deal with him then.
I suppose there's no worrying about a future that hasn't happened yet.
Yes. And if Owen has done this many, many times before, he probably wants it to be predictable up until later. So
Right.
we're
He's
probably-
trying. What we've learned is he's trying to just restart the process and keep the things he wants and the things he doesn't want. So if he's not directly interfering with us yet, we haven't got to the things he doesn't want us to do. Is it like the start of the next day, essentially, like sunrise?
Yeah, it's been yeah, we are now in the morning. As the sun comes up, you can actually see a landmass that you didn't see before off in the distance. The ship has been moving extraordinarily quickly, obviously aided by some supernatural ability, but it's fully sailing as a ship, and no matter what direction the harsh verdict seems to go, the wind always seems to be on its side.
Dope. Arabella, do you mind if I have some things and they may take most of the day, if you don't mind sitting with me?
Of course.
I just wanted to exchange spells between us. Try and copy down what I can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Learn a few things. And then maybe something else a little later as well.
Sure. Whatever you'd like to do. Like you said, we're not gonna get there any faster, so.
One of the ghosts comes up. You want us to go faster?
No, the pace we're on is fine. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Just hyperbolizing.
All right. There are options. I just wanted
Options?
to make sure. Well, if you want to go a little bit faster.
Can you tell me everything that the ship can do?
Oh, yeah. Well, we got the phantom cannons. He points to the cannons, and you see that there is a fuse on it, and he lights the fuse, and it fires off just this red beam, just this red bead, and then, and it's very familiar. What you just saw.
The fireball? It just launched a fireball?
And then you watch the fuse reverse. So where he lit it, you watch as the sparking and the fire go back the other way, and then and the fuse is there as if it wasn't set on fire in the first place. Yeah, we got the phantom cannons here. We've got the blessed sails. Yeah, these were blessed by the Archdruid of old, a big favor. You don't even want to know what Duke had to do to get that. But we always got the wind on our back, which is helpful in ways that you can't even imagine. Let's see what else we got here. We've got the siphon right there. That's the core of the ship. In the captain's quarters, there is just this black orb. And you can see that every now and then it shimmers like a purple. And he goes, that's the thing that charges everything. It's a little piece of the void. It's a whole thing. I don't know how it works. I just know that it works. But yeah, if you want to put anything beyond its limits, if you want to push the ship more, as long as you can cast something, you put your hands on the siphon, you can just charge it. Hurts like a bitch from what I hear, though. So good luck.
I mean, it's entirely up to His Majesty how quickly we should get there. I think that going too fast would be as much to our detriment as going too slow, but Arabella, don't you have some kind of spell that can speed things up?
I think I'm not in a... What do we say? I don't think it would particularly benefit us for me to expend spells and for us to get there faster. We should probably take the time we have to prepare what we're going to do before we enter the Fey realms.
I mean, I can use up the juice that we got in it. It'll take just about a day for it to refill, but we could probably get to Montreal by the end of the day.
Montreal what?
Oh, my material. Sorry. Sorry. We could get to Montreal by the end of the day. We'll just need to dock. Let the ship recharge.
I don't want to dock the ship at all.
Hey, I don't want to go either.
Personally. Yeah. I don't know. I think our pace is fine for now.
I do agree that perhaps we should go take this opportunity as some last minute preparations before we jump into... I'm sure once things start in the Vale that it would be a while before they stop.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, we're 5 days before we're able to jump again.
How
jump again?
Jump again, yeah. And you recall when you were in the Widow's Rest, the dungeon that you were in, that the ship was in a cave, and then
Bless you.
It wasn't.
Oh.
So the ship can teleport.
Once every week, yeah.
How far can it go?
Haven't tested it. We've only ever done in continent travel. What's the word for when you travel from one place?
Intercontinental.
Yeah, that's the one. But we haven't tried to do international yet.
What's the farthest distance that you've done?
He looks at a map and he goes, the farthest we've ever gone was, let's see, where is Farspire in this age? Farspire. Oh, here you go. And he points on the map and he says, the farthest we've ever gone was from here. Oh, hold on. From here to here. That's about as far as we've gone.
A whole 40 feet. Got it.
That is impressive. If anything, I think that reinforces our decision to take our time with sailing, because having that as sort of an emergency button could be
Yeah.
quite useful.
I agree. How many cannons do we have, and how quickly can they fire?
Ooh boy, let's see. I know that we've got 5 cannons, and they can fire 7 times a day each.
7 times a day. Does it pull from the same power source as what powers
Yep.
the ship? Do we run into a risk of not being able to fire the cannons or fly the ship if one of the other gets used too much?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Which is why we would need to charge it ourselves. If
Yeah.
need
Yep.
be.
Approximately how much charge do you get per, like, something that you pump in? Does it have to be specific, or is it just expending?
Whoa. You're asking questions that Clara knows. I'm the guy that just tells
Clara?
people what to do. Clara, yeah. She built most of this. Oh,
Ah.
right. Since we're talking about Clara, I guess we could dust this up because you can do the whole hocus pocus, right? He goes, and you see him float over to the captain's quarter, and he pulls out what looks like a telescope, and he floats to the mast of the ship, and there is like a little stick that looks like it should be holding something, and he puts it on there. All right, which one of you can do the hocus pocus?
All of us.
I mean, I think all. Most
All
of us,
right,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead, put your arm in that, and then do your hocus pocus.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Alright, Arabella's gonna.
I'm going to stick my hand in it and
Mhm.
cast a spell.
He goes, send it as far as you can. This is great. I love this. They always trip out when this happens.
All right. Yeah. I guess I cast a first level spell. Or
What spell are you casting?
you know what? I'm gonna cast magnify gravity. Because why not?
This is the spell that you use to test something that you don't know
Yep.
what is going on.
We're in
Yeah.
a flying boat, Your Majesty.
I love arcade. All right, how far can it go, and what is the? Just put it in chat because
All right.
this is gonna be fun.
The
Okay.
range is 60 feet, and
Okay, give me just a second here. So you send it as far as you can, and you notice that it goes out 180 feet. And you also notice that it is a 30-foot radius instead.
interesting.
Make me a Constitution save.
Oh, great. 14.
So as you get ready to cast it, you're doing the somatic components. You feel the prick of what level spell is this? What level spell is this?
Level 1.
You feel the prick of one needle just go in your arm,
Mm.
and there's a tube that fills with blood, and then goes, great for ship-to-ship combat. You can do all sorts of weird shit. It's great.
That's only
is
slightly
certainly.
concerning.
This ship seems to have no shortage of surprises. I'm glad that this is back on the sea.
How does our the companion and our dear king here sort of appeared on the ship? Does this have any properties to interrupt spells of that nature, or sort of pull people onto the ship?
Not that I know of.
Cool. Cool.
I think we can call that more of a divine or outside source intervention.
Cool.
Do you know where this? I guess it's been quite a few years, but do you know the last time that anyone had heard from Clara?
No idea. Her and Duke had a little bit of a falling out.
I mean,
I'm good.
there is an option, though.
Hmm?
Arabella, didn't you receive a spell in that? Has it been properly transferred to your spellbook yet?
Indeed it has. I could do. Are you thinking on the ship or?
I mean, on the ship would probably be helpful. It would tell us a little bit more about the properties. Identify would also potentially work, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think this spell might be a tad more useful. I will just need to rest after it.
Well, if we're going to take the time to get there, perhaps you take the time to record it so that you can use it later as well.
Oh,
Isn't that how you wizards work?
I've already have it in my spell book.
Oh, wonderful.
I already transferred it like yesterday. Why not? Those material components though be costly. Haha.
Oh yeah.
Anyone have incense worth at least 250 gold?
How about we can find out about the ship at a later point in time as well. Especially since we have to, since I don't believe we have that. So.
Yes.
I would like to search the captain's quarters to see if there is,
Gubbins.
just a manual or just like a
User manual in the glove compartment.
or
Yeah.
just like a, like an insurance card.
Only an investigation check.
Night at the
Or just-
museum, like list of rules to do.
Do not get wet,
just
do not
like
feed after midnight.
like Clara's like book of like things to do on the ship or something.
Take a Claritin.
That's why the harsh verdict flies, because you can't get it wet after midnight. So
Yeah.
it's like, help you out.
We follow Gremlin's rules here.
Yeah, that ain't good. That ain't.
You
not
look
good.
around, and I mean, it looks pretty standard. There's a pretty large mattress. There's a desk. You look through the desk, but most of it is scribbles in a language that's long since dead. There are we find maybe one or two gold coins, an ancient currency that has markings of long lost civilizations. There is a book in the desk that is pristine, and while other things in the desk may have like slight levels of grime and dirt, not so much because of age, but because of even when this was on its prime, there was grime and dirt everywhere. But this book is pristine.
Welcome in, Raiders.
But
Good to see you.
But that's about it.
Well, if it's going to take us a day, and Day and Arabella are going to be occupied, perhaps Eugene, you'd like to spend some time getting to know Yenna and I better. Or we could get to know you better, seeing as I actually know basically nothing about you except that you're king.
Fair enough.
It'd be interesting to learn a little bit about, you said it was anthropology that you do? Archaeology?
Anthropology, yes. If this would like to work.
Could be fascinating to learn something new.
I mean, it doesn't sound particularly fascinating, but you enjoy yourselves. Arabella, if you could join me.
Of course.
And when we like step off into whatever, just like a quiet room to study and work, a Day's just gonna pull the great maul off his back, the hammer, and just be like, so issue 1 is that my spell book kind of melted into here. So I figure start there, and then I should be able to transcribe spells.
Can you still flip? You melt it?
I'll show like how the book is like in the hammer now. It's like flush. I don't know.
When you touch it, you feel that you could turn the page if you wanted to.
It does feel like the stone is malleable to my touch, so perhaps I can just transcribe.
Yeah. Might I cast Identify on it? See if I can tell you more about
sure.
its properties. Okay. I would like to ritual cast Identify, if I may.
Okay. Give me a second.
Other people get to see what this hammer does.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
As soon as I find where it is. All right, here. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Oh, there it is. Okay. You should be able to see it now.
Yes. And if you cannot, I will read it for you because your face doesn't look like Darby can see it. Oh no.
Okay, well here don't worry, I got it. So here, I'll just put it on the map.
Okay. I was wondering if I was making dumb or something. Oh, it's tiny. Hello. No. What?
There it is.
So you see Focus Breaker. Forged during the upheaval, these brutish weapons were given to members of the guard to quell any Arcanist uprising. You gain a +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. When you hit a creature concentrating on a spell with this weapon, runes start to glow on the weapon's head, and that creature must make the resulting Constitution saving throw to maintain its concentration with disadvantage. As an action, you can speak the weapon's command word and hold it aloft, causing the mental book adorning the head of the maul to widely turn its pages and shatter. When it does, any spell or magical effect within 60 feet of you is dispelled as if affected by dispel magic cast at 5th level. A spell or magical effect cast using a 6th level spell slot or higher is unaffected in this way. Once this property is used, the book disappears from the head of the weapon and the maul becomes a magical weapon with no additional properties. Now, there is an extension to that, as this weapon now functions as a day's spell book. And a day has the means to write and copy in that book. And should you use that weapon's effect, the book will separate from the maul and you will have a new spell book with all the spells that you carved into the maul in the book.
It is
So you have them all?
No, that was terrible. But it's certainly very nice. I I don't know what you know about abjuration magic, but that was always what I gravitated towards when I was learning. And I was learning a long time ago, so don't forgive me if I'm a little slow on the uptake.
Of course. It's not Listen, magic is it takes hard work to learn. There's no how do I say? There's no really fast way to learn magic this way. You just kind of have to do it. So whatever pace it takes is the appropriate one.
And then also, I thought that maybe we could catch up with that dagger that you have. We could perhaps see if they've been paying attention or if they need us to recount the stories, since We certainly have some stories since
yes.
we acquired the dagger.
Ariel, yes.
And then I wanted you to send some messages for me.
Of course. If I've met these members of the people that you want to send to, it should be elementary.
Shit. You have to have met them.
Is it met or familiar with? Why am I looking up? Sending's description is right here, conveniently. Creature of which I am familiar.
All right. Well, if I wanted to send a message to, I suppose we can't do the second one, but I wanted to send a message to my daughter.
Has Arabella ever met?
That's, I would say physically met, you probably haven't, no. There's not really, like, I don't know why the chestnuts would meet today's daughter.
It's true.
But if that is a restriction, then the other message I wanted to send was to Tobechukwu.
Tobe, I can certainly do. We'll see if we can teach you sending at some point, so that you'll be able to contact your. I have a thought that didn't work out last time.
I thought, like what?
Skillshare is a service that you can. I'm kidding. But this connection.
Right.
We have. When I was on the ship where my sister had me locked up, I sort of. Why did you roll that, Noir?
Keep going.
When you rolled. When you. When I was on that ship, I saw flashes of memory. I don't remember if I told you this or not, but memories of you picking locks, and it helped me get out of my chains.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Although,
how's that related?
I'm wondering if I can do the same with spells, though if the spell's beyond what you're capable of casting, it might not work, and the end result of that has been quite painful.
So you've already tried this?
Yes, unfortunately I did.
And
it didn't
work.
No.
And with no new information, you would like to try it again?
With some new information. Well, I'm not going to give you a spell that I don't think you can cast.
I mean...
I'm not going to give you a spell I think is beyond your capability of casting, is what I mean.
Right.
We don't have to do it. It was just a thought that crossed my mind.
I feel like you have a lot of... You're a very thoughtful person in a very particular way.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to be nicer since we're sort of hooked together for life. But, alright, oh, shit. And a day will, like, fumble through his bag and pull out this black metal case and pull out these very nice, like, chunky sort of reading glasses and go, alright, text is a little small up here, and they will put his hair up. Just go, okay, so, abjuration spells. And we'll just...
So what do you have, spell-wise?
A couple of tricks. I know shield, which I believe you know. And absorb elements. I don't know if you have that one.
I do.
Great. And we can just cross-reference. I don't have many spells, so it shouldn't be too hard to find something that's out of my range.
Do you know the cantrips, the green flame blade?
I know blade ward, mending, uncanny avoidance, and light. Those are my 4.
Well, you might be interested in, perhaps Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. It sort of empowers your weapon as you hit someone.
Yes, likely the booming blade, and DM, if it, up to you if you want to. I don't know how interesting this is for everyone else. If we're boring you just trading the names of spells back and forth.
No, I'm
with-
waiting for something in particular to happen.
Okay, I'm just all right. Gotcha. Just making sure. Just making sure. But yes. So protection from evil and good, shield, absorb elements, hard, telekinetic parry, and spiny shield. Those are my 6.
You might like, you wear armor, right? You don't need.
No, I don't need any changes to the armor. I don't think.
How about, I know this one. So say someone hits you very, very, very hard.
Right.
And it hurts, it's going to hurt very badly. I learned this spell recently that makes it less painful in the long run. It'll still hit you, but it'll hurt less.
All right. And they will just put the quill to the book and wait for sigils and all right, what am I reading?
Yeah. Arabella will I guess, using area.
All right, dope. Arcana.
Habuski. 21.
Habushki.
Okay. You start to write it, and you feel as though this process is going to take a long time, and it doesn't have to.
What is
But it
the
might.
other option?
You don't know, but you feel as though if you push, you could make this happen faster.
So that idea you had.
Mm-hmm.
What if it wasn't so much the casting of the spell that we shared with each other, but the process, the memories you have of the somatic components, the verbal chants, things like that.
Yeah.
But without trying to cast something.
Mm-hmm. All right, we can give that a try.
See, you do this thing when you're excited to experiment with something, where you smile and you look so mischievous when you do it. It's really.
It's hard to contain excitement when you're allowed to show it for the first time, really.
All right. And a day doesn't know what to do.
Are you gonna do it the regular, normal wizard way, or are you gonna push?
I mean, we're not regular normal wizards. We're fucking KingsGuard. Let's do KingsGuard shit.
Yeah, try the a la receiving the lock picking knowledge. Arabella's going to think about learning.
Oh,
The
you're
spell
doing it
of-
this way. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a Arcana check.
Both of us or Arabella?
Arabella.
Natural 20, baby!
Thank God. Honestly.
No!
It's pretty funny.
Cool. All right.
roll another one.
I would like to do this to give myself advantage on the that's a saving throw. I'm stupid. I can't read. Can I get that card back, please?
There's no way for me to retrieve it. It is lost in the aether.
That is my
Maybe.
bad because it didn't actually do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, gotta read your cards. All right, so go ahead and roll me that slave.
I would like to use my inspiration to reroll a d20 I just rolled.
Go for it.
23!
Nope.
What a journey!
Yeah. And Dave's just like, I think like holding Arabella's hands and like seeing like the oh, I know what to do, and then the oh no, and then wait, and Dave's just like, oh my god, like what am I? Okay.
Her face has no poker face whatsoever for this. Just
Now,
everything.
Today, I need you to make me a charisma check.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we've got here. Charisma 4.
Are you playing any cards?
I have no cards to play.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, what level is the spell?
1.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good chance to try out the other thing.
All right, so that is 17 hit points.
Cool.
Okay.
Arabella's gonna... ouch.
This is a complicated process. You got closer than you did with Shosha, but you still understand there is something in the way that's making this harder. Like this particular ability that you're trying to do, there is a way to do it, but you're missing something.
Okay. Well,
it's almost as if the weave is legit fighting back.
cool.
So that
realize-
didn't work.
No,
Those 17 hit points are gone until you gain the benefit of a greater restoration.
So I'm down 35 hit points. So I'm actually not that much lower than my normal freaking health.
A Day's gonna
period.
look at Arabella and go, "You don't look great."
No, I don't. I'm gonna try something not with you in case it doesn't work, because that would suck very, very, very badly unless you want to be on the receiving end of this.
Well, maybe I would say if you're going to try something that may endanger yourself as well, probably don't.
I mean, it could work.
Arabella, you're starting to look like a storm cloud. Like you're going gray in places.
It's not that bad.
Isn't it though?
It's not that bad.
You're already not the heartiest person around.
Just
Now
roll
you've
closer.
got.
A day you feel like you could make the process easier with this particular weapon in this particular book. And make me a perception check.
Okey-doke. Perception 0. Natural 1.
Christ.
Listen, I have a passive investigation at 23, but my perception is dog shit.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to...
No, you're fine.
Okay. Well, you just have that feeling, but you don't know what's required. It's something involving the book on the weapon. But this is where our camera is going to leave you two trying to figure out this way of sharing knowledge that is unconventional. And that's when our camera is going to land on Shosha. What are you up to?
I believe that Shosha and the king and Yenna, if they'd like to join, are having a bit of a conversation, heart-to-heart, get to know you session.
I think that's about
Okay.
right.
What's that look like?
So, just a heads up. I'm in like a Roll20 loading hell right now.
Oh.
Like nothing is loading for me, so can't roll anything on that character sheet.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
So I
In
think
case
Yenna
I need to.
has pulled out a deck of cards for 3 Dragon Ante and has proceeded to just, I think, getting to know the king over just a game of cards. So, where did you say you were from again?
I frequent between Lienyo and you and Scattermist. That is where most of my childhood and adulthood was spent.
So you were raised in the heart of the whirlpool, then?
Yes, I was raised by a Triton family.
But you're not quite Triton.
I am not.
Interesting.
It was an interesting first couple of years growing up there. I had to spend most of my time on land, but thankfully my parents were very accommodating.
Parents.
They passed, but natural causes. They just were very elderly when they came across me. As now that I know, wasn't a normal birth. Thought I was just kind of left and didn't really know my birth parents, but seeing that the weave itself was my parent,
That must be
kind
a
of
bit
makes
jarring.
sense.
It must be
Yeah.
a bit jarring for you.
My sorrow for your sorrow.
Oh, no need for that. It was natural causes, nothing that could be done. But this is just new. This was new information, so that's something to do with probably on another day. That when we can actually breathe and process things.
Of course.
But due to my particular special situation, that did give me interest of studying and learning about the family that I knew to grow and love. And soon enough, as though my body could evolve itself, started to learn how to breathe underwater.
Interesting. It's not a magical effect of any kind. Your body just learned.
So it seemed.
Adaptation.
Yeah.
I've certainly heard of creatures adapting, just never quite so drastically in such a short period of time, without magical aid of some kind.
Never could figure it out, but I mean, I'm sure there's some magical means within my body that allowed me to go through that process.
It's entirely possible.
Well, I've got 2 pair.
I got nothing.
Maybe next hand.
Shosha is not playing. She's watching the card game.
Are you sure you don't want to be dealt in?
I'm quite sure. I'm more of a chess player than cards.
I need to earn back the gold that I lost to that ghost. You're
Nor
muted.
You did.
Are either of you proficient in 3 Dragon Ante?
I am.
I am not.
So
Alright,
I'm
so
teaching the
it's
rules.
It is a flat D20 roll, but you get to add your proficiency to see who wins.
Will it let me roll a dice? Let's see. I don't know if it rolled. I clicked it.
That's a 19 plus things. Proficiency for me
Oh, yeah.
is 4.
There literally is no way.
Would
that
you like
can
me
do
to roll, or I'm not playing? So
yeah, this is just for them playing 3 Dragon Ante to see who won.
You know what? I'm gonna have to bring out the old arcane way of dice.
Yes, the
Rolling.
shiny math rocks.
The physical shiny math rocks.
the clicky clacks.
The click clacks that do not go into your mouth.
The goblin horde.
That is an 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you pull out your hand, and it's a pretty good hand, but you know, just just as a straight flush.
Trying to find my dice tray so I don't roll on hard glass. There we go.
My king, I must ask, when did you start developing your magical abilities? Because you certainly have them, regardless of whether or not you're conscious
Yes.
of the ones affecting your body.
That happened on my travels. So for anthropology, I go around studying different cultures, learning about them, learning from them. Just going into their villages, towns, communities, and learning directly from them. There were a group of druidic folk that I ran into, and they were able to show me what they serve, well, who they commune to, and they commune to the constellations, the stars. They specifically were communing with a specific constellation that was for just it was a constellation of a tree, and they were communing with it for their harvests and making sure that they do not go hungry and they are sated for the coming seasons. When I learned of these rituals that they would do, I started communing with them while I was there, and I was able to tap into the magic that I came across. But I was able to, but due to me being hungry for knowledge, I went beyond just the tree and started studying all the different constellations.
The dragon, the chalice,
And the archer.
and the archer.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you learn a lot by just asking and going and just being within the community. It especially helps if they are rather friendly, but
Eugene, I need you to make me a charisma save.
oh boy. I kind of know my charisma. It is, I think that's just a +3 or
Your charisma is
it's a 14 charisma. So that's a +2. And then I have like a skill, and then I have a ring of protection that adds one more.
so. What's your total?
So that's a 17.
Something's wrong with the day in Arabella. Something happened.
I'm sorry. I think we should check on the other two. Sorry to cut this conversation short, but
certainly we should go have a look and see what kind of trouble they're getting into.
yeah, I
Josh
do
is already
not-
on her feet and walking toward them.
And your steps are confident, Eugene. You know exactly where they are.
All right, yeah, I walk right to them without hesitation.
What does he see?
So, wait. Start again. So, it's left hand, then right, up, down, and forward.
Yes, but as you're going forward, you have to move your fingers in the same sort of motions you were doing with your hands beforehand, like very quickly. So you have to do that, the things with your hands, but also move your fingers in the directions, except for the forward. The forward is just the end. Yes? Oh, hello.
Everything all right in here?
I'm
Primarily,
teaching.
I'm just struggling with children's magic. It's great.
Their gold aura is a bit dimmer.
Arabella's is dim as fuck.
You notice the same dimness that Shosha had. Now a day has as well. Something's like blocking the flow of vitality.
Something wrong, my king.
Yes, but not with me. With Arabella, Ade, and Sosha. There's something off about you three.
Okay. Yes, okay. There was some tests that we ran earlier that got a little really, you're going to look at me like that? She originally tried it with you.
I'm not looking. Shosha's not looking at Ade. Shosha's looking at Arabella.
I asked this time, we both agreed to do it. That I didn't just do it.
Arabella, there is a difference between doing things in the field and doing things in a controlled laboratory setting. You do not experiment with unknown agents in the field if you do not know what effects they are going to have. This is 101. Safety. How much weaker have you made yourself?
You're all in trouble.
She's
I'm no different than when we first started our journey.
So all of the progress you have made, all of the strength you have gained, that's gone away. That's been for nothing.
Not that strength, but the why did my health reset?
And what if you or Ade should be called on to defend the king?
Then I
and
will
you
defend
fall
the king.
before it's your time because you've been experimenting? What then? What if I am called on to defend the king and I fall before it's my time?
I'm sorry that my experiment on you negatively impacted you. And I did so without your permission.
I don't care about
But
myself.
should I be called to defend upon the king? I will defend upon the king. Regardless for my being. Besides the point. That being besides the point. It's never my intention to get hit by things anyways.
I don't think anyone ever intends to get hit.
Not generally. That's why we wear armor.
Eugene,
I think it would be best if you were to devote your efforts a day to increasing your ability in the magical arts, and Arabella in working with me to figure out how we reverse this.
I have an idea for how to reverse it. I just don't think anyone else should be in the radius while I do it, in case it should not work out.
I'm not talking about flight of fancy ideas. I am talking about actual experimentation and safety protocol, and not anything that could potentially make the situation worse.
Wisdom check.
All right, cool. Just a regular wisdom check, or?
Just a regular wisdom check.
All right, cool. That is my best stat. That is I cannot do math. That is a 23.
Oh, you just needed to break 15. You close your eyes and you open them, and you are in a white void, and you see just the souls of your KingsGuard. And it's just a silhouette made of gold, but you can see where on their soul is the dampening, is the wound. And you can tell what it is every creature is made up of the weave to some extent. And the parts here are being strained. It's like somebody pulled the material too tight. This can be fixed via the connection that you all share, but it's risky. You know that it has the potential to remove all ailments from all of you, or it could potentially kill all of you. But you all have to do it together. And this doesn't rely on any individual's talent, any individual's abilities. This is a petition to the weave, and completely random. You close your eyes again, and you see Shosha and Arabella still going back and forth.
If I may.
Yes, my king.
I think I know how to fix this issue. However, this is a great risk for all of us. Not just one or two of you, every single one of us. We need to do this together, and we need to... Oh, I just got to roll now. What the heck? We need to do this together and petition and ask the weave to help us to remedy this. I say this is a risk because it's a 50-50 chance. I don't even know if it's 50-50. It's completely random. And it's either going to help us all or it will kill us all. There's no in between. So I need to know if you want to go this route. We need to all be unanimous.
Well, it would depend on... is this the only option to fix this damage, or...
It'd probably be the most readily available to us, because unless we can get our hands on that spell... we're sort of just waiting until something happens.
So then the second question becomes, do we think that we'll be getting into fights in the Vale?
Probably.
I hope not. For negotiation's sake, I hope not.
They
But-
might be.
You know, things never go as planned, as I've learned.
It's better to be well prepared for any situation, I suppose.
So do we all just hold hands and ask nicely?
Well, I don't know if we have everyone's agreement yet.
I will look to the three of you, for you are the ones that are ailed. And then we will go to Yenna, for this will affect them as well. So, Arabella, Sosha, Ade, you are ailed with this condition. Do you want to get rid of it right away? Or do you want to wait and see if we can find a different way?
I have not been that heavily deterred by this ailment, so
Arabella, what say you?
The spell that we're looking for is not easily acquired. It's not one that I can learn, nor one that Ade can learn, or even Shosho, or I think you, Yenna. I think the only one here capable of doing so would be our liege. But it also requires components of which we may not have, and the cost of the spell is still quite high. Nothing we do is going to be without risk or cost. But I don't know.
Shosha?
I don't particularly like it. Either way. But I swore an oath, as did we all here. So I will follow my king's counsel. Whatever you decide, my liege, I will obey.
Yenna, this affects you as well. What do you think?
We are stronger together. And if everyone else agrees, I will agree.
From the skills that I've seen from Arabella in a day, it would be most wise for them to be at their peak, at their finest.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. Don't mind me.
very well.
That being said, if there is an option for us for this to be a greater success, I'd rather go down that option. For if this, like you said, Shosha, doing this on the field, doing this in a controlled environment, is very different. And this is something that I have never done before. And not knowing how much the percentage is between success or failure would not be the wisest choice. So if you say there is a better way to do this, if you think that this spell that we need to acquire would be a much safer option, I would go with that one. For we are better together, and we are stronger together, and we are definitely stronger together when we are at our best. But we all need to be alive for that.
Facing the ants in a weakened state puts us at a disadvantage. We are already at disadvantages upon disadvantages.
Arabella, do you think that you could write the components for the spell into existence?
I could try, but then we run into the same argument that Shosha was just saying of we don't know the end results, I suppose. Should it fail.
Sure.
So we'd have to agree to do some risk. I mean, anything we really do regarding the weave is sort of new, old territory. No one's really touched the weave in ages. So I could try. I'd probably just ask that you all stay at least 30 feet away from me.
Well, since that option may not end in death, do we want to try that one first?
What exactly is needed for this spell?
Diamond dust. At least 300 golds worth, 100 golds worth per portion.
Good question. What spell are you guys trying to get components for?
Greater Restoration?
Greater restoration.
Who has that spell?
I can learn that spell.
Druids have access to every spell available on the Druids list. They just need to prepare it every day. So, should Eugene choose to prepare it, Eugene has the spell.
Okay.
We have diamonds.
We do have diamonds.
But the diamonds that we... I definitely don't want to do that.
And we don't have necessarily the proper materials to grind it into dust.
Well,
it is diamonds.
Earth Genasi are capable of grinding.
Allow me to amend. Eugene, you know that this ritual could kill either all of you or one of you. It could go wrong on that level, or nothing could happen to you all. Will be fine. There's different levels of success and failure.
Okay.
So it's not 50-50. Either one person could go, everybody can go, or all of y'all can be fine. I will also say that at most, Arabella, that your storytelling ability would be able to get you the components to do Greater Restoration once.
Mm-hmm. Not multiple
You've
times.
got 3 people that need the benefit of it.
Okay.
I could do it for 1.
We are protectors chosen by Gloria and selected throughout the weave to be interconnected to save Gloria. I think we should trust that we'll make it out on the other side of this.
All right. Let me figure if I can even the odds a little bit. I now have control over Roll20. Yes, I can now access all my stuff.
Yay!
Woo!
I am going to sit and do my cosmic omen.
Okay.
The wheel or woe. Let's roll a
Gotcha.
d20 to see even or odds. It's even, so it's a wheel.
Okay. So the stars are looking down on you and yours favorably today.
Cool. Yes. And
as you look to the stars, they show you a sign. They show you this. They show you the sign of the good man and the good man's burden. Sometimes we have to suffer for those that we love. Sometimes we have to carry the ones that we love forward. Sometimes, in order to inspire, you have to move to your limits and falter at the end of them. And that's the stories that the stars show.
Okay.
Hey, a query, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
That fighting pit that we have, if you die in it, you don't actually die?
From damage caused within the pit from somebody in the pit.
Gotcha. Then never mind.
It's not an immortality pit.
I mean, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
Hey, do we have this immortality pit?
That's
well,
in
no
another
one would
area.
be able to drag us out if we all die.
That's true. But maybe
All right.
No, but
So what are we doing?
What's the deal?
This fate may shine brightly on us, and if you would like to trust me on this first major decision, I think I'm going to trust the weave.
All right then. The king has decided.
I am going to go into my starry form and form the dragon for constellation and just kind of and reach out my hands for.
When a day takes Shosha's hand, he'll get like a half smile and he'll say, "Are you really that worried about me?"
I'm worried about all of us.
Oh, of course.
Hush.
And I'll take Arabella's hand in the other hand.
Vienna will hold Shosha's hand in the king's hand.
Okay.
Sorry, what order are we in? Because I
We're all grasp hands.
It's
I'm
fine. We're all
holding
holding
your
hands.
hands.
We're in a circle. It's fine.
We're in
You're
a
all
circle.
in a circle grabbing hands.
Yeah.
Arabella, you're in between a day and the king.
Okay. I just can't breathe.
So, as soon as you join hands, there is a feeling that you need to accept what's happening in order for it to happen. The wave hits you, Yenna. Do you accept?
Vienna accepts.
The wave hits you, Shosha. Do you accept?
Shosha accepts.
A day, the wave moves on to you. Do you accept?
Yeah.
Arabella, the wave hits you next. Do you accept?
Yes.
Eugene, the wave returns to you and asks, "Are you certain?"
I am.
Everyone's eyes glow so brightly and so brilliantly that the light illuminates the room that you're in. And it's as if a jolt of electricity has been sent through all of you. Your grip tightens in each other's hands to the point of almost hurting. And Shosha, you feel the weariness removed. A day, you feel the weariness removed. And Arabella, you feel the weariness removed. You're all linked and joined in this moment. Yenna, what is one secret that the party does not know about you?
Oh god, I need to look at my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for this. Give me 1 second, please.
Everybody get one ready.
Are
Boy.
these
Does it
things
have
that
to be
we
one
know
that they
about
know?
ourselves?
Yeah.
This has to be something about you that they do not know.
That does it have to be something that we know?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn it.
Haha.
Where
You
are you
guys
at?
know
Yeah.
nothing
It
about
was so
me.
fun to have the secret.
Secrets.
My secrets are so boring.
Let me look at that one she's aware of. That is another one that she is aware of. Yenna was once engaged to be married.
You all see the moment the ring slips onto Yenna's fingers, and you feel what Yenna felt in that moment. It's not that you see Yenna, it's that you are Yenna. We move and then we see Shosha. What's the secret?
The coffers of the Sistroi family have been empty for longer than Shosha has been alive.
You see Shosha's mother fretting at their financial circumstance, and you see it from the eyes of a younger Shosha. There is complicated feelings on the matter, and before you can comprehend a day, what's your secret?
Anati is not a Day's daughter. It's Toby's.
And you see a day deal with this truth as he looks on the young girl with love in his heart. And before you can deal with the complicated feelings of being a day in that moment, we move over to Arabella.
My secrets are so boring. That the chestnut's money is not earned legally in the slightest. It is a mafia racket that has extended beyond just Stoneheart.
You see through the eyes of a curious Arabella as she overhears a conversation discovering this fact. And then Eugene.
Eugene has accidentally destroyed part of his village when he came back after learning about his magic. And that is the reason why he left to go travel and study other cultures.
And before you can fully comprehend the guilt, you're all back. And the aura is fine. You're all intact. And Eugene, you see your KingsGuard well and healthy. And then you drop to the ground. And you suffer 5 points of exhaustion.
All of us or Eugene?
Just Eugene.
5 points of exhaustion. Doesn't that mean that Eugene is
6.
dead? Okay, 6.
Is dead.
No, 6.
Six is dead.
I rolled a 5. He was 1 away.
Shosha will drop next to the king, like on her knees. Are you okay? Sire, what's wrong?
Eugene?
It is the burden of the good man.
Yes, we're going to get sentimental now.
As the stars foretold.
Shosha will like start feeling for a pulse and like checking everything, vitals.
It is light.
You should rest. Like
I'm going to just slide Shosha out of the way and pick up the king. Come on, you damn fool. I'm not spending the rest of my life guarding a corpse.
The captain's quarters are probably the most comfortable.
Yep. I'll walk him back to the captain's quarters.
Eugene, you are going in and out of it, but you look in the moments where you're conscious as they're taking you to the bed, you see them united in a look of concern for you. The bickering ceasing, the hesitation removed. You're tired, but right now, you see the best of your KingsGuard.
Eugene is just smiling. Just like as Ade is bringing them to the bed, and it's like, it worked, didn't it?
I certainly feel better, but I think you're picking up a pretty big cross for a pretty important mission.
Stay with you guys long enough. I think you guys are rubbing off on me a bit too much.
God. Just make sure you pick up my traits, lass, and I'll sit him down in the bed. And then realize that he's on top of the covers. Like, try and, like, pull the cover out from under him so I don't have to pick him up again.
Let me just cast levitate lightly on Eugene, just to lift him a little off the bed.
And then I take the covers and the sheets and like roll them back and then tuck them in.
Yenna's going to go to the galley and make sure that the king has food and hot tea and things to help raise his spirits and nurse back to health.
I'll drop Connie on his stomach.
A warm bunny.
You know, my familiar, the one that I talk about all the time, constantly there. She's always brought up. Just she's warm.
Why don't I think that everyone needs rest? I can sit up with the king in case he needs anything. I don't precisely need to sleep, so
You should still, at some point, not. We can take shifts.
Ade is already bringing another chair into the room.
Ade, don't be an idiot. Go sleep.
Oh, I'm going to sleep in here. And he'll pull out a chessboard.
Hard-headed brutes. Every single one of them. Okay.
I mean, if Ade's sleeping in here, why don't we all just hang out?
Make me a wisdom check.
A wisdom check? All right.
Is this a sleepover?
No.
I've never really had one.
Neither have I, but I've heard quite a lot about them.
A 10 is exactly what you needed. You, as your body lies down and you find yourself going off to sleep, you rise and you can see them and you look down and you see your body still resting.
Oh, cool.
But you see them bickering and arguing over you.
I'm just gonna kind of go into like a spot that is empty just like sit cross-legged, like as if I'm part of the circle, just like.
And while the rest of you are bickering, you do feel there's a presence in that corner. You can try and push your sight the way you push when you share abilities to see if you can see it.
I would like to.
Absolutely.
That'll be a charisma check.
Sure.
For everyone do it. For anyone who wants to do it, it's a charisma check.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
That's a natural 20.
Yo!
Hey!
Hey, okay.
Yikes!
Hey!
Motherfucker!
Balance restored to the world.
Up
Instant
and down.
balance.
Okay, everyone but Arabella. I'm sorry. Everybody but Arabella. You see a golden silhouette sitting there. No form, no face. Just a golden silhouette. But you can feel that this is Eugene.
What's everyone looking at?
Do you
something
not
there?
see? Okay. Well,
I think I got something in my eye, to be honest.
It appears the king would like to be involved.
Oh, that's just gonna pat the bed because she can't see.
And it's strange, you're in the corner cross legs, but wherever Arabella patted, you see it. And everybody that's looking, you can see gold specks just kind of like the sound wave of the hand hitting the chest reflected on the silhouette.
Yeah, she just patted his knee because, like, stupid, it's, like, not sitting at his face.
So it's just
Apparently today is the day for wonders.
Maybe one day
Wasn't
I'll be able
so.
to see what you can all see.
hopefully. I'm going first. Is that fine?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
brought
I'm
in
still
some hot tea and some soup.
Sleepover! Sorry, that was out of character, but, you know.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, and I was going to leave the room, grab some blankets and pillows and things to try and make the cuddle puddle a little bit more comfortable.
A day definitely loses to Shosha in chess.
roll me a d20, both of you. If you're proficient in chess, add your proficiency. We're doing this.
Bah.
Dice dueling? Is it time to did it do?
This couldn't by chance be an intelligence check, could it?
Oh no, this is just a flat d20 roll plus your proficiency if you're proficient.
So that's 12. Oh wait. Yeah, 12.
Damn.
A day loses.
Oh, but he's gonna choose. You can choose to lose, but there's a point in the game where you knew, like, if I move that there, that's but I'm not gonna.
I'd like to play whoever.
Well, I
You know
unfortunately.
what? It's chess, so it should be intelligence. So go ahead, add your intelligence modifiers.
15 total.
18 total.
Damn. Okay, so same thing. But essentially, we're having a cuddle puddle sleepover with the KingsGuard. And you're all getting to know each other. This is the second day where there hasn't been any grand adventures or any major attacks, or nothing has happened to you, and you're all getting to know each other better. And it's funny, after the experience of joining the way you did and healing the way you did, it's not just the fact that you healed, but when the day tells a joke and you all laugh, it's easier. it's freeing. When you're jokingly berating your team members, there is a sense of understanding and compassion because you have been in each other's shoes. You understand where it comes from. And that just makes this moment matter. It's something to hold on to. The dark is ahead. Lord knows what you'll find in the veil. Lord knows what you'll find if you have to go any further than that. But for right now, it's good. The soup is good, the tea is good, and the smell of the salt in the sea is good. What would you all like to do to close out the night?
Not much for chess. Does anybody want to try 3-Dragon Ante with me?
That I have a better chance of winning in. I'll do that. Actually, you just look like a card shark.
I learned from my fiance.
That's surprising.
It didn't work out with them. My father disapproved.
But the only reason it didn't work out?
There was a couple different reasons. They're from Norvège.
Well, if you're destined for better things, had to happen at some point.
The universe always tends to have different plans for me than what I intend.
A lot of people have a lot of plans for you, Yenna. How many plans do you have for yourself?
I've never stopped long enough to get any.
Well, when you finally outrun all those demons, you should settle down, open a card shop, something.
I'm not as good as they were, though.
Still probably better than me, to be fair. It's the kind of game that I like playing, but I'm not necessarily good at.
3 dragons. Pay up.
Son of a bitch. How did that even happen? A day will check over 5 gold pieces. Let's put one more hand. I mean, we're not going to stop there. That'd be ridiculous. One game and then stop. I fold. This is what.
Yes, I'm sure in a couple more games a day you might actually win.
You know, I'd make quips towards you, Arabella, but you've taken enough damage today, so I'll leave you alone.
Oh no, I've taken 1d4 word hurt damage. Huh.
I think that counts as psychic.
Shosha will just... She's sitting very upright at the edge of the circle and kind of listening and watching this.
I think
Occasionally glancing at Eugene.
me, astral projecting over there, no big deal. Just kind of looks at all of them, kind of just etches this into his memory, and kind of after a little bit will, I guess, float through the ceiling to get onto like the deck of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And look towards the landmass that we're approaching. And just kind of just be thinking to myself, like, oh, God, Eugene. guess we're just gonna deal with the Fae now, I guess. But
Roll me a wisdom check. DC 15.
oh boy. Love it.
Everything goes white. And then your eyes open and you are in a castle. It's cold. And there are people that you've never seen before. They're dressed strangely. One of them has a visor over their face. They wear yellow. The other is a young girl. She's in a red and black striped garb. And there's a woman in a suit and a tie. And she is saying something in a language you don't understand. You are upset, but you can't move. You look to your side, and there is a small woman that looks very much like Arabella. Her hair, a slightly darker shade of red. And there is a fight that you're having now. You watch as your hands move on their own accord. There's a weapon that you're fond of. And the girl in the red and black, she has horns of gold and moves extraordinarily quickly. And something happens. It's as if reality breaks. And this weapon is gone now. And you feel a rage. And then you hear, "Why are you watching through my eyes?" "Oh, you, your highness." You can tell that he notices your intrusion. That makes him move just the bit slower while he deals with these intruders, but eventually, in the midst of the combat, they escape. "You've cost me today, King."
Am I able to say anything?
Try.
I will see you when the time comes.
Don't speak of things of which you have no understanding.
Start being scared of the unknown. Because things are gonna change.
And he reaches out, and then you find yourself going from looking at him to looking from his eyes to looking at him, and he reaches to touch you in the same spot that Hannibal went to touch you. And as he gets closer, there is a golden light that is repelling him. "Soon, Your Highness. Very, very soon." And you are back in the room. Oh, you are back on top of the ship.
Let the games begin.
And that is where we're going to end our episode for today. I have been your GM. I've truly enjoyed this episode. We get to see a little bit more of the KingsGuard's abilities, especially now that they're in the presence of the king. It only amplifies from here, and I can't wait to see you all experiment with these abilities, because I love the idea of a party being a little bit more than the party. I truly hope you all enjoyed this episode and enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. I truly appreciate it. Want to throw a quick, very, very special thank you to Chromatic Chimera for the raid. And also I want to throw some love over to Gimmer, because I did not write the name down because I am. Yes, I want to thank them very much for the raid as well. And if you stuck around from those raids, thank you. We hope you like what you've seen here. You can always check our backlog on YouTube. But with that being said, let's get to the most important. Oh, well, one last thing. A very hearty and special thank you to Roll20 for sponsoring this show and making us part of the Roll20 Spotlight. It is greatly appreciated, and it just gives us one more reason to tell this story. That being said, let's get to the most important part of any story, and that is the people that tell it. So let's, you know what, we're gonna start with the king again. So AJ, tell us who you are, where we can find you.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Who's Your Kid. I have been playing King of Gloria, Man of Sea and Stars, Eugene Festifiger. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. On the first Wednesday of every month at 7:30 p.m. EST, I serve Lord Quackers in Fallon Fred, D&D actual play, found on Misty Mountain Legends as Dolph Fitzgerald, your cool bro, halfling, cleric / warlock. I did get kidnapped by a chicken god. It's fine. I insulted him to his face. He hurt me.
You got mugged
and
at the
then
soup
I
store?
left. He kidnapped me from the soup store, and then I insulted him to his face. So that's fun. On Tuesdays, there's 2 things that happens on Tuesdays. First, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, it's time for the absolute best esports team you have ever seen. Dub Club. Dub Club. And I'm gonna do it again, Dub Club. Along with my teammates Milan and D, we go through all the games except for League of Legends. All wins, every days, no losses. Do not check the VOD because, like I said, we win all the time. We don't lose. We once, get this. We once intimidated a team so bad, they forfeited. They surrendered. We played 2 matches and they surrendered. They left.
FaZe, get out of the way.
And then, right after that, at 9 p.m. EST, we got this session that is magic is restricted. Sorcerers are hunted, but my character has nothing to worry about that because tune in to Hidden Magics on Chaotic Pod, where I play a totally normal bugbear fighter named Keon. Nothing strange, no secrets, most normal character in that show. Everyone else, just a tad weird, perfectly normal bugbear fighter. That, and then, Mondays, you find me here on Roll20 sponsored show, Critical Misses, KingsGuard. Bada bing, bada boom.
Now that the lies are over, we can move down to Anita.
One of us only lies and one of us only tells the truth. You may ask us each a question. Hi, I'm Anita.
+2.
4. 7.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hi. I have been Yenna Stein tonight. I continue to be Anita. You can find me on all the social medias as @Benita or @CriticalMisses. If you want to check out our official Twitter, we have one. We are also currently looking for pitches for shows for our shortened summer season. It's only a 6-episode season, so if you want to, come and run a game for a little limited run series, sign up form is on our Twitter. Yeah. Tomorrow you can find me over on Tall Squall's channel for The Hollowed, which is a 5e game set in sort of a dark fantasy adventure that explores the hard cost of living in a 400-year war. I'm excited to introduce my character tomorrow night then, and I've got a full cosplay, so you can check that out. But yeah, that is me for now. I'll throw it over to D.
Oh, hello. My name is D. Some people call me Devel. I guess my name's Devel and some people call me D. Hi, I'm a voice actor, streamer, musician, professional GM with the Emerald City Game Masters Guild, as well as with Magpie for their curated play program. I play Julian in Woodsy Studios' Crimson Spires, a visual novel available on Steam if you've ever wanted to romance someone whose voice sounds vaguely like this. On Mondays, you can catch me here to continue playing Rock Daddy. On Tuesdays, you can catch me over on the Chaotic Pod channel where I play Odias, no last name given yet, in Hidden Magics, who is definitely the most normal person in that party, by the way. And then, as AJ said, you can catch me on Tuesdays for which is the greatest team in all of esports. Like AJ said, we've never lost. Why would we lose? Don't lose, just win. Get those dubs and get those clubs. You know what I'm saying, chat? And then I'm mostly done with my things for the season, so you can't really find me anywhere else because I am being forced, and by forced I mean aggressively asked, to take a break by one of my partners. So I'm taking a break in August and for the rest of July.
Is this the petty partner?
That's me. Yes. How did you guess?
How did I know?
How could you have known?
How could we have possibly known?
How could we have possibly foreseen this?
I love my squishy, and she supports me. The best. And yeah, I'm going to pass it on over to whoever's next, because I don't have the stream.
And that'll be Darby. Darby, go ahead and tell us where you're at.
Hello, it's me. I'm Darby. You can find me on Twitter as @DarbyPack. That's my real human name, but really I'm just a possum in a skin suit. I remember to do the thing. You, were you mouthing the lines with me, Anita? Okay, listen, I'm predictable. I'm just gonna
Pull up here.
oh,
They had to time out Milan for 5 minutes?
Mhm.
10 minutes?
He said some lies in chat, so I timed him out. Anyways, you can find me when I'm not here on KingsGuard on Mondays. You can find me for the next 2 weeks on the Weave Tales channel for Asunder, because I think tomorrow's episode is our penultimate episode, where you can catch me playing jumpy up wind gal named Rin, who breaks hearts quite literally. And you can also see me in Hidden Magics, playing Connie Canid, a totally normal, the most normal out of the entire party. She's just a human cleric. There's nothing weird about her whatsoever.
You're lying.
Nothing weird whatsoever. Nothing at all. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Wednesdays, you can catch me on the Chaotic Pod Twitch channel of Darby's Dungeon at 6 p.m. PST. I play a variety of different video games. Last week, I played League because I have an affliction and I must share it with everyone. And I might play League again because it's a continuing affliction. And then Saturdays, you can catch me for Co-op Chaos, where Harper and I play games, Yames. They might be cooperative. They might be antagonistic. Who knows? I don't. Yeah. I think that's it.
All right, and that'll move us over to Harper.
Hey everyone, I have been Harper playing Shosha. You can find me all over the internet as Harpersona or Harpersona Games, including on TikTok as Harpersona or Twitter as Harpersona Games, because Harpersona was banned. I don't know why. You can find me here on Mondays playing Shosha, obviously. You can find me on Chaotic Pod on Tuesdays being the DM for Hidden Magics, what I don't think anyone has actually said is a 5e homebrew campaign set in the Gotoramen Empire, so go ahead and check that out. I promise none of my players are normal. Literally none of them. It's fine. It's a great time. You can find me on Chaotic Pod on Saturdays, where we're playing some co-op chaos. I guarantee that this Saturday will be antagonistic. I don't know what we're playing yet, but I guarantee it'll be antagonistic. And on Sundays at 6 p.m. on Chaotic Pod, 6 p.m. Pacific time, for Harper's Homeroom, where I just have chill streams where we play games or we just chat and get ready for the week. So you can join me there. Also, if you are interested in getting your own crocheted, beautiful familiars like Shosha's familiar Healy here, oh my goodness, what a beautiful pseudo dragon, you should go check out Kelsey, otherwise known on Twitter as crochet_BBY, or here in chat as old crochet old woman. She does amazing commission work. I think her commissions are actually full right now, which, like, hell yeah. But go ahead and check her out. They do amazing work, and I love my pseudo dragon so much. And that is all from me.
All right, and that'll bring it right around to me. Hello, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Please go ahead and show my Twitch some love. I should be going live sometime this week. I wanted to do a marathon this month, but I am tired. Tomorrow, you can find me over on Josh Simon's channel, where we'll be running a mask game for charity. That'll be me, Lily Sparks, Josh Simons, and the Kappa Chris. Toby has escaped from Gloria and found his way to Chicago. Wonder what trouble he's going to get into. If you want to find out, you might want to check out tomorrow's stream while we find a new super team in Chicago to deal with it. On Wednesdays, you can find me over on Follow Black Cats Gaming, where it's the return of Captain Duke Wellington II. Him and his trusty crew. We're gonna have to deal with. We're gonna have to deal with the fact that we left Susie Grace's character to maybe die in a cage in a cave.
Captain Athena.
Yeah, Captain Athena, she might be a little upset about that, but you definitely want to check it out. We have an all-star cast. I don't even know how I made my way onto it. We got Amelia Tyler, the narrator from Baldur's Gate 3, Hot Flakes Tom, Jay Britton, Susie as our trusty GM, who's definitely going to make me suffer, and Tabletop Horde, or Virginia, who is just the most pleasant being on the planet. Then later that day, you can find me on Chromatic Chimera playing Shaw in Woven Realm, our 13th age game. And then even later that day, you can find me back on TPK Roleplay, where we are close to wrapping up our Curse of Strahd game. That's going to be fun. Thursday, I have something, but I can't for the life of me remember what that is. So just gonna move on. And Saturday, for Morning Ritual, we have Banana Chan coming back. Unfortunately, Austin's not going to be able to join us, but we will get them. We will get her back some other day, I promise. And that is it for me. Oh, last thing. I am a guest writer on the Curse Captains of Cthulhu Kickstarter. So please go ahead and back that project. It's going to be super duper awesome. And I remember what I'm doing Friday now. You can find me on Gen Con TV, Gen Con's official Twitch channel, where I'm going to be on Table Takes again. And we're going to be talking about everything to do with the TTRPG community. Is going to be great. Mainly, it's just us showing love to Abria, because right now it's the summer of Abria. Boom. So that is what my week looks like. I lied. There's one last thing. Saturday, you can find me on TPK again for the Bard's Refrain. And that is it. I promise, even if I remember something else, I'm not going to say it.
Someday Noir will sleep. We don't know when.
You have to earn sleep. So that is me in a nutshell. And that is this game. Thank you very much for showing up. I truly hope you enjoyed the story. And we will see you next Monday. For now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Joshua Simon's channel because he's a good dude, and I want to teach you how to do it so that you can do it tomorrow. So it's been a pleasure, and as always, for the king.
For the king.
For the
For
king.
the king.
For the king!